Hello everybody, it's been a while, but we are back, Zcast full blast. Today with episode, I don't know, but it's gonna be an interesting episode today because it's gonna be a learning experience for me today. Because if you guys did not know, we have so many charities. We have Zombies Fan Tournament, we have Zombies for Charity, but we also have Easter Egg for Days. No, that's Clarky. Easter Egg for Charity. But now we also have, for the other side of the community, for the transgender community, we have Zombies for Trans Kids, hosted by CodZombiesCringe, aka Nicole, and she is here with me today. So welcome, Nicole.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
No worries. It's gonna be an interesting one today for me as well, because I'll be honest, I was a bit scared. I was scared about all the things that's going on and everything. But no. Joking aside, I was a bit scared about this episode because I didn't know what to expect, honestly, and I want this to be a learning way for me to know how it basically is for you guys on the other side of the community and how this charity has come to exist. So if you would like to tell a bit about yourself first.
Hi, I'm CodZombiesCringe, Nicole. You guys might know me as the annoying person on Twitter who keeps ranting about Alpha Omega and praising World War II zombies. And I've been out in the community for about a year now. And while I've met some amazing people, I've seen my fair share of issues. And then also with how the government's been doing lately, passing legislation after legislation, banning HRT, which is hormone therapy, and all of these treatments for trans people, particularly under 18, and now they're moving on to people under 25. I wanted to at least try to help out with this community I've kind of built up and see if I just help the littlest bit I could.
All right. Yeah, it was a very sudden notice that you put this up, because we know from your account that you're supposed to be called CodZombiesCringe, and then we suddenly see this, and it was a very serious tone, so it was different than what you're used to with your Twitter account. How did it feel to just go serious instead of being silly with the account?
It's different to be sure. I know going into it, anytime I am serious on the account and not just shitposting, I notice, usually it gets not really, kind of low-key tweets. They get like a couple likes from like my friends, but not really reply, just me get my opinion out there. I was expecting the announcement tweet to do absolutely horrible, like maybe get 5 likes and that's it. And then within an hour, I checked my phone, I got notification after notification. I think we was already at like 100 likes, and I was like, oh, people actually are caring.
Yeah, because the charity is a charity.
Yeah.
And we cannot just look at the other side. Like we have the known charities, but this is a charity that is not known to many, and it is definitely a risky side to choose for certain in these times as well. But as we were saying, times are changing, so I'm all for change. That's all I'm saying about that. I'm all for change, and we need to help out as much as possible. So yeah, if you guys want, I have the donation link down below. So if you want, go ahead and donate something to Zombies for Trans Kids, because we're gonna go talk a bit about that more. But I want to talk about the Twitter you have, because my god, I don't know how some of these things actually come to exist. Like, what I remember that before you had the account, there was a battle between I think Big Willie or Lil Willie, something like that.
Yeah.
I remember everything. I've seen every single one of your misdeeds. So
yeah.
How was that to go? Because the owner before this was like, okay, the account is going, and you and Big Willie were just going ham at it. Like, okay, you need to vote for me because of this and this and this. And how did that come to be? How was it that you were the one that got the account?
Well, I'm the creator of the account, actually.
Oh!
But Little Willie was one who, I guess, more active, because he'd post at night, like, just shit post, and I was very much just posting the cringe at the time.
Yeah.
And I forgot how it started. Oh, one of my old friends made a joke about pineapple pizza. Me and Lil Willie had this like fake marriage going because we made jokes, so we bickered like a married couple. And because I like pineapple on pizza and he doesn't, he did this like divorce thing. And then I'm at work the next day. I checked Twitter, and he's going this thing about how I apparently killed him or something. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? It was like. It was a much of a shock to me as it was everyone else, because I just was so confused.
Like, I remember all the stuff that was just going about, and I was just like, what is going on with this account right now? Isn't it having an identity disorder right now?
Is CodZombiesCringe slowly becoming Moon Knight?
Exactly, day and night. But yeah, it was a different. It was something different to see that all unfold on the Twitter. We were just like, so CodZombiesCringe is just becoming a political account now. Damn. It just went like, vote for Big Willie, vote for Nicole. It is. It's so
I was
funny.
I was gonna make some presidential ads, but never got the time to do it.
Oh my, that would have been amazing. I honestly would have loved to see that on there. Just have like Rick Toffer like ready as like a.
I was gonna have one of my my render friends just have him play on its arms about in front of a stage with the American flag behind him.
Oh, it's like frick. Arms race, my logo for that, just with like the American flag and everything. Vote for this.
Vote for CodZombiesCringe, and I promise that Rick Talk will make your timeline even shittier.
Heck yeah.
And stuff like that.
Indeed. Thank you for notifying me, Caleb. Sorry, I cannot speak today. What is going on? I'm feeling a bit cringy myself today, I believe. Anywho, some of these stuff that you post on Twitter are interesting nonetheless. I mean, what is your obsession with Final Reich?
I just love it, man. I don't know if you was around, remember this, right before Cold War came out. You know the big COD Zombies forum account?
Yeah.
They was doing this event called One Perfect Map. And they was having a bunch of YouTubers make these like reviews and videos on why a certain map is their favorite map right before Cold War came out. Yeah. And I picked the Final Reich. And the reason I didn't make the video was because I wrote a review so long, I didn't have time to make it in 3 weeks. The review, just the Final Reich, is like 10 pages long.
Oh my.
And 30 minutes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to save this, and I'll make a review as World War II as a whole, which became a review of every single Zombies map. But...
Oh my. Well, that is something indeed, but because you're doing right now the opposite of that, right? You're doing it with the most hated map. Like this.
What do you mean?
The most disliked map. That's what you're doing on your Twitter right now, right? Like you have like this elimination round.
Oh yeah, the poll. Yeah, right now I just love making polls. Back in like during the summer, I'd have each crew and be like, vote for your least favorite member, and like slowly see. Because when you do most favorite, you know what the answer is going to be. It's always going to be Rick Toffin or Rick Toffin or Rick Toffin. But when you do least favorite, you see more interesting variety. You see people actually voting for like Dempsey. And then go like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect Dempsey to be here. So I decided, what if I did a big poll for all the zombies? And that's what I'm doing. Because it's more interesting, I feel like, when you say least favorite. Because everyone has a different least favorite almost. Everyone's top 5 is always the same. But when you get farther and farther on, completely different. And I think it's been interesting to see. Because I know, like, I've seen, like, people vote for Origins already. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
That is
and there's not a single vote. There's not a single vote for, like, Shaolin Shuffle yet. Oh, we got 1 vote for Shaolin Shuffle last night.
Oh, my man Shaolin. Best IW map, 10 out of 10.
But I'm like, how are people not voting for like World War II IW maps, which I love them, but still, but Origins has 4 votes, 3 votes. Mob of the Dead has votes. Call of the Dead had votes. Moon doesn't have any votes. I'm like, it's just interesting to see.
That is interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I think most people are thinking Treyarch maps, perhaps, and they don't know their World War II maps, so that is something.
Well, that's why I made the giant picture so people can see all the maps that are still left.
Mm-hmm.
And still just Origins. I think most of the Origins ones are shit posts, but you never know.
Exactly. What is your worst map in comparison to everything else?
Definitely Alpha Omega. I can't stand that map.
Can't stand it. Well, I did see a tweet. Let me just get this up from a few days ago, I believe.
I think it might have been last night if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Let me see if I have it here. I took some screenshots before this. I was like, oh, I gotta get some screenshots from this stuff. Like, I gotta discuss it. Let me see where it is. Yeah. There was one, Van Gogh and Shinonuma will be better than Sex and the best round-based map ever made. If I am wrong, which I am not, I will get to round 420 on Outbreak.
Yeah. Hey, I don't think I'm gonna be wrong. I don't think I'm gonna be wrong.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one to see if it's
Oh damn! I should have done. I would have got to around 690. If I was wrong, that would have been better.
Oh my! But how are you gonna try and get to 420? Like, is that even possible in Outbreak?
Yes, and lots of cocaine.
Lots of cocaine. Okay, that's the secret for getting to round 420. Speedrunners, high rounders. There you go. Cocaine. That's your way to go.
That's the secret they've been using. How do you think they play 180-hour games?
They just sniff it up. Just like, God, I love my high rounds.
They're not sleeping using the bathroom. They're just getting that powder.
Hey yo, so that's what the G Fuel is.
That's they got. They know it'd be suspicious if they just kept drinking G Fuel, so they're faking these G Fuel sponsorships, so people think, oh, they're sponsored. That's why they're using so much G Fuel. No, it's just cocaine.
You just suddenly like you take 2 scoops. He doesn't put it in like a bottle or anything, you know. He just puts it in, and it's like
it works just as good. I'm pretty sure actually there's an old video of like Lex sniffing G Fuel in like a Z House video. Lex or Pat, one of them, sniffing G Fuel.
I remember this one, I believe, yeah. This was straight after the Revive Me of a Ray Gun one, I believe, right? There was on a pier?
Maybe. I was thinking it was in the, doing like the, you know, they did the December videos like New York and that. I was thinking it was one of those.
Oh, was it one of those?
Yeah.
Ah. I'll have to check back about that, but it is interesting to see how these guys can just get up there. But regarding Van Gogh, what is your opinion right now about how the situation is with Vanguard Zombies?
I think it's not great. I'm not going to pretend like, oh my god, it is Van Gogh, it's the second coming of Christ. It gives me life force. But I do think as a game, it has its issues, and it's not as good as what we had in Cold War and BO3. But it still isn't, as a game, bad. Like, I can still enjoy playing Tell My Dick Ass or Advon. And however you can pronounce it. I have fun playing it occasionally, and it's something I can enjoy going to. It's just, you know, you can have it better, and I think that's why a lot of people hate it, because we know we can have something like Cold War, or BO3, or Infinite Warfare, or in my opinion, World War II. And that we don't have something like that is why I think a lot of people call it the worst thing ever, when it's, you know, it's mediocre, I think, at best.
Yeah.
Still better than Advanced Warfare.
Giving the shade to Advanced Warfare, one of my favorite ones. Damn.
Outbreak Advanced Warfare was good, but the rest of them I just can't take.
Hey, Infection, my man's Burger Town. My man's Burger Town.
Hey, Infection's actually my second favorite Advanced Warfare map. I still hate it, but I think it gets unfairly hated compared to Carrier and Descent. I don't see how people say these are amazing when they have the exact same problems as Infection, but worse than me.
Exactly. The one part I I love about Burger Town is just the big giant boss that just spawns in. You just, I don't know why, but every single time I see him, I just smile. I know he's a pain to kill, but I just smile because I know there's a trophy or an achievement where you have to kill him with melee.
Yeah. People who do that are absolute monsters, and I don't know how they do it.
Trust me, I've done it on 3 different consoles.
You're insane.
It is if you want to get trophies and achievements.
You need to be put in Varuk.
Probably I do. But, do you actually love getting, achievements and stuff?
Yeah, I do too. I'm doing an entire series right now trying to unlock every achievement in the main games. And then eventually next year doing the Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, and World War II.
Oh, yeah, because I saw that you were doing it on BO1, right? Because I saw that Greg was doing it on every map, and then I saw that, like, a week later, you were like, oh, I'm getting it in one video, everything. Like, not even just zombies, you're doing campaign, multiplayer, those kind of things. Dead Ops Arcade.
Oh,
right?
I'm just doing zombies. And I was going to do each game as a video, but the Black Ops ones are already 30 minutes, and like, I'm going to make this 2 parts. Because I just suck at the game.
Oh, trust me,
I think I was doing it before Greg, though.
I did speedruns of BO1. Like, I was trying to get the triple BO1, BO2, BO3 run done. And every single time I got to BO2, it just crashed at the final mission. And I was just getting so pissed about it.
BO2 is something else in terms of stability.
Oh yeah, 100%. And also its way of doing stories, but it has nothing on the achievements for BO3 campaign.
I think I only got the complete missions once. I don't think I've ever unlocked anything else. Oh, in the shoot the enemy behind cover. That's it.
You have to complete literally every challenge. Every challenge. That means you have to get camos on every weapon. You have to get like 2,500 kills on every weapon in the campaign. Like, what? This is even worse than the Vanguard Zombies grind. Like, it is insane. Like, you have to complete the testing facility at realistic difficulty. You die in 1 shot.
I know.
You have to go through 5 rounds. Like, whoever thought about this is legit sadistic.
A sociopath at best.
If you want to talk cringe, talk about that. Jeez. But, anyway, let's go to your charity, because Zombies for Trans Kids. Can you tell me a bit about it? Oh? You're right?
Yeah, just 1 second.
Okay. Well, I have 1 second.
So, basically, yeah. So, I was, where was I at? Oh, yeah. So, I saw, the stuff going on in, like, the southern states specifically with, them banning, care to any trans, person under the age of, 19, which includes adults. And then, now Missouri, I think it was trying to pass one that bans any care to someone under the age of 25. Which is insane to me. Someone can go to war and drink, but they can't, go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And I know, for a lot of, trans youth being, stuck in that situation where you're still assigned, you still are detransitioned. It can affect you mentally, and then of course, with the discrimination they face.
Yeah,
it's a tricky situation, and I wanted to find a way to help these organizations that provide resources to trans kids that help them move out of these bad situations, and two offers suicide support, make sure we're not no trans kids are trying to commit. So I found one that was on. I went through all the trans and LGBT charities that was on Streamlab Charities. I did my research, and Trans Lifeline is a very good organization that all my friends supported. and did my research, and they looked like the best choice, and they really do try to help, trans youth. And I decided to pick them as the charity to give the money to.
Yeah. Alrighty. So I saw that your charity is a bit different than everybody else's because you're going back to older games like World of War, right? You're going to Dries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing basically. I wanted it originally. It was just going to be me playing every single map. Like one of those videos where you get hit, you transfer over.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how long that'd be because I suck at the game. So it's either going to be 48 hours or 5 minutes. So I wanted something that would be a little bit different on each map. But I would be playing 2 maps from each games. And I decided, well, I'll do a random challenge on each map too.
Yeah.
And then eventually that went to, I'll also have a guest with me on each map. Except for a couple that were just solo.
Yeah.
Better for solo. And that's basically how it went and evolved from there. Because I wanted to include every single Zombies map so every single Zombies fan would have something to watch and incentive to donate for.
Yeah. I can understand that because that's what my vision was with with ZRC is that I wanted to have some other games in between. I don't want the Trare games anymore. I just also want the spotlight to be on World War II and IW and those kind of games. I could have done IEW, but nobody almost had that game, so it would have been difficult. So I just went with IW, World War II as like the other modes to have in between, and it is really fun to see what these speedrunners can do. Like, we honestly, Sneaky Links is winning right now, and Z-Lads know that, and they also told me that. But it is still fun to see it, because sometimes a little change can change up the whole thing. And that's what happened this Saturday. It was Chuck versus Cookie, I believe. And Chuck actually won his challenge against Cookie by like a minute on Mauer der Toten. And I did not see that coming beforehand. And same was with Attack of the Radioactive Thing Easter egg. We had somebody who had first cam because he looked at the board. And somebody who guessed it. But the guy who had guessed it was the one that won. So stuff like that. It is really cool to see what happens.
Yeah, and nothing. There's new stuff. You're not going to really see that often. Because I feel like at this point, most people know. At least aren't going to be surprised by like you see someone speedrunning like Kino on BO3 or something. And it's about to happen. But when you see someone speedrunning like like you said, Attack of the Radioactive Thing, you see some interesting things I doubt people even know about. World War II. I doubt people even know you can cheat the Voice of God step where you gotta defend the 2 towers. You can just sit and spawn and activate Frontline twice. You don't even have to be over there, and it'll take barely any damage. And it's an easy win. Most people even know about that.
Exactly, because it is really interesting with that as well. Because I remember back in the day that if you were to do the Voice of God step, you have to defend the lightning towers. People would just, I think it was Frontline that you had to activate, and then they just come at you, and they could have just completed that step, but they had to nerf it down a bit. But it's interesting to see that there still are ways to do it faster than the way that was an issue. And that is so fun about zombies. There are always ways to improve upon it. And
there's
you can see it
very
right now.
Very little times maxed out completely. You can't do anything better.
Exactly. And I think a great example of that is RNG related, the Moon Easter egg. It's one of the most difficult with RNG, because you need to get so many things. You need to get Tunnel 11. You need to get Gersh device first. Then you need to get QEDs. Then you gotta get Wave Gun. Then you gotta get Gersh again. Then a QED. Like, there's so much stuff in between, and to see that people can still run that under like a half hour is insane to me. And I still cannot believe that my friend Chuck was the one who had the world record on there, and that was such a great moment for him to see that he actually got it, because beforehand he had it, but he had a mod on, so he was disqualified. But then he went back and he actually got it, and it was great to see.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, speedrunning in general is really fascinating to see, like, how fast can you complete an Easter egg, how fast can you complete these rounds.
Yeah, I just love watching speedruns just to see. Like, I won't even have an intention of speedrunning a game, but I'll watch a game speedrun just to see how people do it. It's always fascinating.
Exactly. And to see it even go further down this line with zombies and how much we can actually improve still upon it by certain strats. Like, was it last year that they found out that thing on Shadows of Evil where they could just whip up, get the code, and just go? Like, how long has it been that Shadows of Evil has been out?
6 years, I think.
Exactly! 5 years later, we're still finding stuff to get it done even faster. And that's what fascinates me. People who try to get it to the max and just find new stuff, new strategies, new routes. It is insane.
Yeah. No, this isn't so much speedrunning. Like, I think last week or the week before, they found they found a way to just completely upgrade Jack in the Boxes on the Darkest Shore.
Yeah, like, exactly.
No one even knew about that. Exactly. And it's been 4 years. People, I don't even think was even looking for that, and just stumbled across it. Now we have Jack in the Boxes, which is going to be a big helps in boss fight.
Exactly, for those who are struggling with it, indeed.
Which I think most people are struggling with Mice Mutuals because they've already been unfair.
I mean, Darkest Shore is a hard Easter egg anyway, so...
Yeah. I love Darkest Shore, but I gotta say the balancing on the Mishas can be a little unfair, especially in solo.
Yep.
I can't believe you can still get 3 of those at one time, one solo.
Yeah. Like, I still cannot believe that we actually had those Meister Moislers as the boss on Darkest Shore. And not even just one, we had 4 of them. And we just had to fight them off in the most obnoxious areas. And, I legit cried when I finally completed that back on Xbox. I was so happy because it was so buggy. You die in the tunnel, you have to restart. I think it took me like 8 hours in a row till I finally beated it.
Honestly, I'd be fine with it if it was just in the shore is the only place you fought them at. The fact you have to do it in the U-pins and right in that area right above the U-pins.
Yeah.
Like, there's no space. If it were just Mushos, they would be fine. But no, we have 24 zombies, 5 whistlings, and 4 master Mushos that also have special attacks.
Yep.
That's what I like. No, it's not Sledgehammer. I love you, Sledgehammer. But plays us off the checks, but I can't.
Exactly. Alright. Anything you want to say more about the event itself? Like, what are you... What are you suggesting with it? Not suggesting, sorry. What are you going for? What is your goal?
My goal is just mainly to, I guess, bring more awareness also to the wider community, about these issues. Because I doubt a good majority of these people in the community have really thought about, the trans part of the community. Aside from people who obviously interact with, like, me or people who are trans or have trans friends, I doubt a lot of people really understand how the issues that trans people have, especially trans kids.
Yeah.
And just hopefully bring awareness to that, because, like, I doubt most people, I know me, for example, I've only been out for a year, and I'm not really, lately with the event I've been more vocal about it. But in the past, I'm just make a joke here and there and don't really bring it up. I still get death threats on Twitter just because of that. So I can't imagine, how other people have it. Bringing awareness and, hopefully might help a little bit people. At least see that, they're just people, at least.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we all have to see right now. Because we're in a whole new era right now. And we need to accept each other for who they are. If you want to be a man... be a man. If you want to be a woman, be a woman. If you want to be none of those, you can also be. I have a friend who was a girl, but she's like, I don't feel comfortable with it, and I'm now non-binary. I'm okay with it. Like, it's your choice. Live your life to the fullest, however you want. That's what I want to say to everybody out there. Like, if you're thinking about stuff like, I don't know for certain, like, talk with people about it. Do some research for your own. look into some stuff, and maybe you see, hey, indeed, this is what I want. Maybe this is what I need. A little bit of change in life.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, you don't have, in my opinion on this, for people who are cis, you don't have to completely 100% understand every single aspect of it and all of that. You just let people be people.
Exactly.
It doesn't affect, it really never affects people. Like, I don't see like a lot of people or, turfs and all that, like, so against and up in arms, and transphobes are so up in arms against trans people. And it doesn't, trans people exist and doesn't affect them.
No, exactly.
Like, if trans people was going to schools with tanks and being like, you must be trans, okay, I get that. But that's not happening and will never happen. And,
exactly.
It's the same way people acted towards, just like the gay and lesbian community in the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Once those started to be accepted, the same people who was homophobic towards those just moved on to the next easy target, which was trans people, since we just started getting our rights.
Yeah.
And notoriety in society. So they're like, okay, now we're going to move our sights to those people. Since most people think they're cool now, we get, if we are completely just being awful to them, now we're going to get branded as bad people. So we'll go for this marginalized community while we still can, because right now they're still, kind of, I guess, for lack of a better word, taboo to the wider society.
Yeah. And that's an interesting way to look at things as well. Indeed, you just gotta let people be people. Whoever you want to be whoever you want to be. It is your choice. Make the best of it. And as well as I saw something that Caleb said. He said, "I can admit I'm not informed on this topic. I know there's a ton of people in this community that needs to be informed about this, and that's why I wanted this out there, because I just wanted to be." Basically get some knowledge about all of this, and it's really interesting to hear why you're doing this and how people are coping with it, because you can see the hate honestly on Twitter every single day about it. And I just can't believe it.
I know partially it's because people blame me for the Don losing his job, but for like since October, I've constantly at least once a week to once a day, depending on how bad the week is, have at least a death threat, just a transphobic message. There's Discord communities just with channels dedicated to hating just me specifically, and also sometimes Sherry, and people trying to dox me just because trans. It's like, why are people so hateful against trans people on Twitter, especially in the zombies community?
Yeah. So. That is something interesting, because I am blocked by Cherry because I had an argument with her in the past, and she basically called me a stalker, even though I never heard of her beforehand. But if I look at the way that some stuff is being said on Twitter, what is your opinion about like the drama that's being made about it? For example, the whole Cherry business, because she got a bunch of hate on her. And she blocked a few people and went on with life. But do you think that it's okay what she did? Or did she, had to accept it in some other way, if you know what I mean?
I think blocking and moving on is, probably the better thing to do. I have a tendency, I've been told, I have a tendency to, when I'm getting, people criticism, even if it's, bad faith criticisms, I'm talking about. Good faith criticism I always accept. But bad faith criticism, people are just there to be assholes. I have a tendency to egg them on and, make fun of them, quote tweet them, say, ratio me fucking your dad, something like that. And that tends to just make the situation so much worse. So I think Sherry probably blocking people, moving on, is probably the best thing to do, just because it does avoid creating further drama and just further dividing people. Blocking and moving on, I think, is probably the better thing to do.
True that. But I do believe that there has to be some point in life where you have to basically move on from it and give people another chance, Well,
I think most people, if you can tell, me and Shirley are somewhat friends, and from how I've seen her do, typically if she can tell someone's doing better, she'll give them another chance. Try.
Okay.
It's more just people if she hasn't seen that second chance, or doesn't, or they already have had one and went back on it, then just keep it up.
All right. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to ask, because I was just wondering, because I know that you guys have blocked a few people from the past with stuff that's happened, and I'm just wondering if you accept that at that point, or do you just give them another chance? But that's really interesting to hear about that. On the topic of that, the whole situation with the Dawn, we're not going to talk about that. That's in the past. And some stuff needs to be brought to light, right? That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Some stuff better be brought to light later than that it stays down in the hole forever.
Yeah.
And, how am I going to word this? When you look at your Twitter, beforehand it was all about the zombie cringe moments, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly it went into a more serious way. How did people react to that? Because people followed you for the cringe.
I feel like, to be fair, we haven't been a cringe account since April 2021. I think most people kind of at that point realized, hey, this is becoming, at the time, me and Carter or Lil Willie, personality or even gimmick account. And then slowly became a personal account where I just post zombie takes. So I feel like most people at this point, if they're still following me, they already kind of accepted this isn't cringe anymore. But I Nicole's cool, or Nicole's funny, or Nicole's an idiot, but I like following idiots. And I don't think most people are kind of shocked by the change in the account. It's just more the only people who I've noticed, I can't get it all. People have followed me since 2020, and like, I thought this was a gimmick account. I'm like, it's not been that for a year.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I was always just following for the gimmick account, and when I saw that you were posting other things, I was like, do I unfollow or not? But I just kept on following because I was interested to see what's gonna happen at the end. And sometimes there are some cringe moments that are just funny to see,
I still sometimes, if something's really funny or cringy, I'll post it, but usually I just leave that to zombie defiant L's and bad god takes at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Next point actually about that, because you have that Zombies Deviants account that has been posting stuff about L takes, like that is a gimmick account, and I just had to ask, is that an account run by you?
No, I have no association with that account. I have my suspicions on who runs it. I'm not going to say who because I'm not 100% sure. I just have suspicions, but I don't run it. But I think the account's pretty funny, calling out a lot of the hypocrisy. But I do think some of the times they post something is a bit unfair.
Yeah.
Like that one post about Noah being like, I don't want to just be a zombies YouTuber, and then posting him playing Vanguard. Like, technically, he's still not just a zombies YouTuber. If I remember correctly, isn't he like competing in like Warzone tournaments and stuff?
Yeah, he does, and he also does other games when it comes out, like higher games. Like he'll just upload those, and like Horizon, God of War when it's coming out. He already said I'll be coming back to those.
Yeah, he never said I was completely quitting zombies. Just said I'm going to do other things on top of zombies and play zombies when I feel like it. Which I can understand. It community it does suck when you feel trapped in one game. Like I know Pat, whenever he first moved like Fortnite, his community was toxic as hell, and same for Lex. And then I also find it funny that people are constantly like, with Milo and Dalek, who clearly have no passion for the game anymore, like, hey, move on to a different game, move on to something else, because you don't like the game anymore, you're just negative, move on. And when Noah is moving on, it's like, what, I'm going to do other things on top of zombies. Like, no, you said you was going to do other things, so now you can't play zombies anymore. It's like, I feel like it is a bit of hypocrisy in the community, too.
Yeah. That is indeed what I think about the whole situation as well. I was just wondering with the Deviant. Hold up, I just had a message. I was like, hey, what? But yeah, it is interesting to see how a gimmick account can change in a way that your account did. And I think it's also sometimes a good change, because you can use that influence that you had from the gimmick account and give a bit of knowledge on the side. And I do believe that is a great thing that you're doing with this charity. So I just want to say props to you for having that you're trying to make this charity a real thing, and that you're hosting everything. I saw some great players in there. I saw some great challenges. I'm excited to see the Dries challenge. Wish I could compete in it as well, but I sadly had work, so I could not, or else I would have done it. But I saw that my buddy Caleb is gonna be in it, so I hope it's gonna be a great one.
Huh?
Hmm?
I don't think... Is Caleb in it?
I thought he said so to me.
He may be modding it, but like the chat, because I know a lot of people reach out to mod. But like for the most part, this is just like me playing zombies with the guests, like, you know, just playing a challenge.
Oh,
like
okay.
A competition. So and by the time I think I saw Caleb's DMs, most of the maps were full, because I'm only trying to keep like 1 to 2 people per map, so like we can focus on like one guest. So I think by the time Caleb reached out, he was already full. But I think I may have said he could mod.
All right.
I can't remember.
It's okay. No, I just know something that he said a few days ago. Like, oh, I joined Zombies for Transkits. But that's okay.
I'm excited though. On top of you know, the playing, there's people who are helping out in different ways. Which we have offering the reward commissions, people who donate, and one of our mods who I can't say what it is yet. I really am excited when I can say it, but has this really fucking cool reward for whoever donates the most in the stream. And I'm so fucking excited to announce it. It's going to be in late May. It may be on another podcast. I'm sorry to promote another podcast on here.
Oh no, I know what the reward is because I talked to the man himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know, yeah, it's gonna be fucking
and I can already say, guys, that reward is gonna be sweet. Like, this man works on some crazy stuff, and to see that this is gonna be a reward, I mean, get those donos ready, everybody.
You're going to want to get it. That's all I'm going to say. There is a little tease for it, that little teaser trail I posted last week or 2 weeks ago with all the maps. There's a little tease on what it is. If anyone can figure out what it is, I put a little tease in it. But
yeah, it's your own vintage NFT CodZombiesCringe edition. There you go.
Okay. Actually, it is an NFT, but not a CodZombiesCringe. It's actually a naked zombie from Vanguard. Sorry, guys.
Shit. It's the Oracle. It's the Oracle model from Ancient Evil.
An Oracle NFT.
NFT zombie titty.
It's the
I can already see it. What did you say? Sorry.
I said it's an NFT of the Shangri-La zombies.
Oh my. Well, that's gonna be interesting. NFTs. Gotta love them, and also gotta hate them. They bring out the worst people. Woo.
Anyone can buy my new Shangri-La NFT for 1 BNB. Ha ha ha.
Just put that up there.
Obviously joking.
Right there. Just like, here's my Shangri-La girl zombie NFT. Take it, and you're just gonna get all the money. That's how you're gonna get this charity to race through the...
and to get the Cold War fans too, I'm gonna get Dr. Greg NFT.
Okay.
I'll hit up Colin.
Oh my. No. It's cursed. But yeah, I am talking to CodZombiesCringe, so cursed stuff is supposed to be in here. Anyway. Anything else you would like to talk about?
I think for the most part, that's it. Other than, hey, on Alpha Omega, support the charity, donate if you can, or if you can't, just promote it. You know, share it to people in the chat, retweet it, follow the account, and Final Likes a Banger. That's all I really got.
Well, before I end this off, I just want to say there, thank you so much for being here, willing to talk to me on the podcast about you and your charity event. It's going to be an awesome event. I'm just going to say that in front. But I also just want to point this out there for everybody else who is watching and for people in the future. If you don't like somebody because of their gender, just don't worry about it. They're just people. Go your life. Yeah. They're not attacking you or anything. They're not contagious or anything as you're thinking. They're just people. So leave them be. And I'm just gonna say this.
You know, like COVID trans.
And I'm just gonna say this up front, like, let them live their lives, their choices, and you have your choices. So, and if you dare, I'm just gonna say this right now, if you ever threaten somebody because they're trans, take a back look at your life. See how that's unfolded.
I wouldn't say look in the mirror, but I doubt people like that own a mirror because, you know, I doubt they can keep one fixed long enough to look at one.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm just gonna say this. Let people be people and let them have their life. And if you trans somebody, look at what you did. Because that is a felony and you should reconsider everything that you just did. Because that's not cool. That's not cool if you trans somebody. If you say that somebody has to die, you're not cool in my books. You're down in the gutter for me. And I also saw some people responding to the tweet and all. You don't have my respect anymore. So yeah. I'm just gonna say this. I am here for the transgender community itself, and I'm here to support it all the way.
Like, that's what heroes do.
Exactly. Heroes never die, right? Is that the quote?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna die anyway, so no. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, Nicole. Hope you
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Hope it's gonna be a great event. And
me too.
If you guys want, you can donate. Links in the description, so check it out. And yeah, Nicole, any final words you want to say before we end off?
Yeah, check it out, or I'll force each of you to play out for a mega donate, or I'll force all of you to play out for mega until around 140.
But what if they do like Alpha Mega?
Then I'll transit to around 200.
Gotcha. So it's either Alpha Mega or Transit, whatever you want to cope with. So go ahead and donate on all of that. And so yeah, thank you so much for the guys and girls who came in here today to check out. We actually were on an average of 20 viewers back in the beginning of the stream, so really cool to see that. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I might be on later with another live stream, but you never know. Bit tired. Nicole, thanks again, and good luck on the event itself. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and it's your boy, the Super Flamer.